Welcome to The Explainer, where we break down big ideas. Today, we're diving into something pretty fascinating, a hidden connection between ancient temples, our own nervous system, and, believe it or not, the very foundation of our health. It's a link that's been hiding in plain sight for centuries, and it all kicks off with a puzzle that's literally carved in stone.
So let's start with a mystery. We're looking at the Khajuraho Temple complex in India, which was built over 1,000 years ago. Now, this is a sacred place of worship, but its walls are absolutely covered with hundreds of incredibly detailed and, very explicit sexual carvings. For centuries, people have been asking, why? What on earth were the builders trying to say that was so important they had to carve it into the walls of a temple?
Well, one of the most powerful theories is that these aren't just random decorations. They're a message, a form of communication that was designed to last longer than any written language. Think about it. The ancient sages who planned these temples probably knew that words can get twisted or lost over time, so they chose a universal language, visuals, to pass down their most important teachings.
And a lot of these ideas were shown through powerful symbols like the yoni and the linga. Now, to our modern eyes, they might seem a little shocking, but to the people back then, they were profound. The linga stood for male creative energy, and the yoni for female creative energy. This was never about being crude. It was about illustrating the very source of human vitality, that life force inside all of us, and how it's directly wired into our overall health and well-being.
Okay, so if this message was so incredibly important, why do we have to play detective with thousand-year-old statues to figure it out? Why does all this knowledge feel so foreign, and maybe even a little taboo to us today?
Well, what happened was, over hundreds of years, cultures and norms shifted, and what was once a really open and vital part of health education got pushed into the shadows. That holistic view, the one that connected our vitality to our total health, it just got shattered into pieces. This amazing knowledge was basically lost or suppressed or just misunderstood because of social taboos. And the result of losing this knowledge? It's all around us. We've been taught to just accept that feeling tired, having bad digestion, brain fog, and just losing that spark are an unavoidable part of getting older. We treat them like all these separate random problems we have to deal with, instead of seeing them for what they are, symptoms of one single underlying issue that we can actually do something about.
But what if that ancient message is the key to getting our health back? This is where it gets really cool. Because this is where we connect that ancient wisdom to what modern science is telling us about how our bodies actually work.
Just think about your internal organs for a second. Your heart, your lungs, your stomach. They all just work. They're on autopilot. You don't have to remind your heart to beat or tell your stomach to digest your lunch, right? It all happens automatically, way beyond our conscious control.
And here is the absolute core of it. Modern medicine has basically confirmed what those ancient artists carved in stone. The system that controls our vitality and sexual function is the exact same system that controls our internal organs. They are not separate things. They're two parts of the very same interconnected network.
You know, here's a fantastic way to picture it. Imagine your body is like a really complex TV. All your internal organs, that's the intricate wiring and circuits inside that you can't really get to. But on the outside, there's a simple plug. You can't tinker with the circuits directly, but by controlling that plug, you control the whole machine. Well, in this analogy, our sexual organs are that accessible plug for our body's entire internal automatic system.
So to really get how this plug works, we need to take a quick look at the master control panel for all our internal organs. It's called the autonomic nervous system.
The best way to think about this system is to imagine it's a family home run by two parents. You've got the sympathetic system, let's call it the father. He's the crisis manager. When there's a threat, that whole fight or flight response, he directs all the energy outward for survival. Then you have the parasympathetic system, the mother. Her job is all about internal management, resting, digesting, healing, basically restoring peace and balance inside the home.
And here's the actual blueprint of that system. The parasympathetic or mother system is basically one long, continuous superhighway. It starts up in the brain, travels down, and connects to the heart, the lungs, the entire digestive system, and goes all the way down to the sexual organs. It is one single, unbroken path that governs all of our internal rest and repair.
Now, the problem in our modern world is that we are under constant stress, and that means the father or sympathetic system is always on high alert. It's stuck in fight or flight mode, and it's hogging all the body's energy and resources. This basically starves the mother system of the energy she needs to do her job. And the result? poor digestion, trouble sleeping, anxiety, and a drop in vitality, because that entire internal recovery network is just running on empty.
So this brings us full circle, right back to that ancient secret and how it gives us a really powerful, practical way to take back our health today.
Medical science now sees issues with vitality, like erectile dysfunction, as something much more than an isolated problem. It's actually a critical early warning sign. It's literally the check engine light for your body. Because it's on that same nerve highway, a problem at the very end of the line is a huge clue that the entire system, your heart, your lungs, your digestion, is starting to lose steam.
So let's just put all the pieces together. Number 1, our deep foundational health depends on that mother's system being strong and balanced. Number 2, this one system connects our hard-to-reach internal organs with our easy-to-access sexual organs. So, number 3, it means that by consciously focusing on and improving the health of the one part of this system we can actually see and feel, we can send a powerful signal of strength and rejuvenation all the way up that nerve highway, revitalizing every single organ along the way.
And that really brings us to the final thought. What if the solution to so many of our modern health problems, from burnout to digestive issues, isn't about some new pill or fancy technology? What if the most direct path is actually found in relearning this ancient wisdom? In finally understanding that our vitality isn't separate from our health, it's the most direct gateway we have to taking control of it.